Will the year 2025 be the year of the Marvel Flockbuster? Well, I don't know. And things are looking for Captain America 4. I don't know what else is supposed to be coming out this year for Marvel. Oh, Thunderbolts. I have no interest in Thunderbolts whatsoever. So I know if I feel that way, there are millions of other people that actually feel that way too. So I don't know. Well, let's find out what the drinker thinks.
One of the things I actually appreciated about 2024 is that it was a pretty quiet year for Marvel projects. Yeah, Deadpool and Wolverine made a splash in the summer, and Echo kind of fell on deaf ears. But a combination of industry strikes the previous year, plus various...
Like, I see what you did there. Oh, what movie is that from? Now I gotta see the movie.
Production problems and delays as projects were retooled and reshot, all combined together to give us a welcome break from an MCU that had become kind of tedious and overwhelming. But just like that turd that you've been desperately holding in for a little too long, sooner or later the backlog delays as projects were retooled and reshot, all combined together to give us a welcome break from an MCU that had become kind of tedious and overwhelming. But just like that turd that you've been desperately holding in for a little too long, sooner or later, the backlog of MCU content was going to come blasting out into the world once again. And 2025 looks set to be the year when Marvel ruin a perfectly good pair of Calvin Kleins. I'm using so many fecal analogies here, partly because I'm an immature dick and it makes me laugh. But mostly because after reviewing the lineup of upcoming projects, I think 2025 is going to go down as the year where Marvel really did shit their pants at the box office. Allow me to illuminate you. Their first big cinematic release of the year in mid-February is almost certainly going to be their biggest box office disappointment in the...
And why doesn't the CGI look any better? Like, they should have Thanos-level CGI for this Hulk and everything else. I don't understand what happened. Is it rushed, or are you... I heard someone say that they stopped paying CGI artists well enough. So now they kind of get half-assed work. I don't know what the problem is, but they need to fix that.
The shape of Captain America Brave New Worlds. Now, I've already made an entire video going through that film's nightmarish production problems, but the high-level view is that it's a Captain America movie without Captain America, whose protagonist last appeared 4 years ago in a laughably bad TV show that saw him delivering social justice lectures and openly siding with international terrorists, led by possibly the least charismatic actress on the planet.
The terrorists only set us back a bit.
You have to stop calling them terrorists.
There's still people in there.
This is the only language these people understand.
No, they're confused.
A production constantly on the back foot, trying to keep up with a rapidly changing cultural landscape that's been delayed, reshot, rewritten, pulled apart and reassembled so many times that it makes the Justice League look like a paragon of creative efficiency.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I mean... Justice League, the making of that is a better story than this is. I mean, I can't believe how many times they've reshot and, Lord.
The result of which is a production budget that's ballooned to at least $375 million that they'll admit to, meaning it's going to have to make well over $1 billion just to break even.
Fuck.
And no offence, but considering the total lack of interest online, not to mention releasing it into the February dumping ground, this thing ain't getting close to $1 billion. The next big event of the year is Thunderbolts, which comes out in early May.
I care nothing for this, and it's kind of funny. I feel like the people that cared more for Suicide Squad when I was amped about Batman v Superman are the ones that are hyped about this. I'm just like, I mean, I saw that Suicide Squad wasn't going to be good. You could tell. Now, maybe the Ayer cut is way better and it is a masterpiece, and I hope he gets that released one day. This, to me, feels like it's going to be nothing at all. I almost forgot about it. But I hope I hope it's good, because I want all my entertainment to be good. So, and whether you like it or not, Batman v Superman was better than Suicide Squad that year. So, we have that there.
Additional slot for Marvel to kick off the summer movie season. It's billed as Marvel's answer to the Suicide Squad, minus the swearing, violence, adult humour, fun storylines, and charismatic characters, of course. Can't be taken
How much money did Suicide Squad make? 158 million. And the Suicide Squad made 168 million. Well, that's the net profit it made. What did it make all together? Film had a worldwide opening of 267.1 million. What was the gross box office for Suicide Squad? 749 million. Wait. Suicide Squad 2016. 749 million. Is that right? What did Batman v Superman gross? 874 million. Okay.
creative risks now, can we, Kevin? Directed by a guy best known for doing one episode of Star Wars Skeleton Crew, and written by the creative genius who brought us Black Widow.
This was fun! No!
It truly is poised to be a movie of all time. Seriously though, there's no particularly big names in the actors or the characters here, so I'm struggling to find out what the draw of this movie's meant to be. It honestly feels like it would have worked better as a TV show, sweeping up all the leftovers from other better projects into their own little side quest. As it stands, it came in at a relatively lean $150 million budget, so there's at least a decent chance it'll turn some kind of profit for the studio, but honestly, I can't see it making much of an impact at the box office. Then there's Ironheart coming to Disney Plus at the end of...
I have no interest whatsoever. She was horrible in Wakanda Forever, so...
June, a TV show so exciting that Marvel have had it in the can for over 2 years now and still haven't released it. Because I think even they've begun to realise that trying to replace one of the most beloved characters in the entire franchise with a race and gender swapped teenage prodigy who's just so much better than him in every way is an easy way to blow a couple of $100 million and piss off the whole fan base. Seriously though, from what I've been told by people on the inside, they absolutely know that this one's going to be a fucking stinker. It was made in a very different time, and the cultural landscape has shifted so much since then that they've spent most of the past 2 years desperately looking for a way to Batgirl it.
In a much different time, it wouldn't have worked if it was released then.
Fortunately, just like the turd that's been held in too long, Marvel have no choice but to shit Ironheart out into the world and then try to flush it away as quickly as possible. It's just another expensive TV show that's unlikely to win them any new fans. After that, we've got the final big cinematic release of the year, Fantastic Four.
First of all, the fans were irritated with them. Oh, we need more color in it. We have to cast Pedro Pascal. People are tired of seeing him, first of all. They're tired of the race swap of Mr. Fantastic, Reed Richards. They didn't want the gender swap of the Silver Surfer. No matter whether it's an alternate universe or what, they'll use whatever excuse they need to gender swap, to race swap, to sexuality swap, whatever it is. They use whatever excuse they can to get their DEI and ESG in. People are tired of it. They're irritated with it, okay? So I know there are a lot of fans, including myself, going into this like, I'm half on the fence of whether I want to see it or not in the first place. I am. I'm just like, It's Disney doing the same garbage that they've been doing. Nothing new. I know Pedro's good. I respect his acting ability. But I just, I'm just like, I know they did what they did for woke reasons. Okay. And I'm just tired of giving them shots. I'm tired of it. I have no idea whether it's going to be good or not. And, I'm still not sure whether I'm going to go see it or not. Because I'm just tired. I'm tired. You understand that? Just tired. So we'll see. Maybe I'll go see it, and maybe it'll be good. And I'll say, you know what? You woke it up, Disney, but it was actually good. Like the first season of The Boys. It was woke, but it's good. Don't find too many shows that are woke and good, or movies that are woke and good,
Movie that feels like it's arrived a decade late to the party, starring perennial flavour of the month Pedro Pascal, because of course it is, featuring a gender-swapped Silver Surfer, because of course it does, and directed by the guy who brought us WandaVision after the original director backed out because he couldn't be arsed with superhero movies anymore.
No, WandaVision was good, so I guess there's something there, and it'll have the same feel as WandaVision, because WandaVision had that 1950s-ish feel, right? I'm a little happier. It might work. We'll see.
I'm with you on that one, mate. Yeah, I know Marvel comic fans are excited to see the Fantastic Four finally join the
I'm not.
MCU, and that's just peachy. But be honest with yourselves, after the goofy Fox movies from the...
I liked both of those. I realized the second one was worse. I enjoyed both of those. And I loved Johnny. I loved the Thing. Loved the Invisible Woman's suit. And I liked Reed. You know what I mean? Dr. Doom, that guy can play a good villain. I just don't think they should have did Doom that way. You know what I mean?
2000s and whatever the fuck Josh Trank
That
thought
was
he was
horrible.
making. Do you really think general audiences are going to get pumped up about a third iteration of the Fantastic Four? Do you really think the Marvel brand, not to mention the entire superhero genre, is strong enough to support a cookie-cutter superhero flick like this? I could be wrong on this one, but I just can't see a Fantastic Four movie in 2025 being the massive deal that they seem to think it is.
Well, my whole thing is, like I said, with fans boycotting and not giving you their money anymore, they already know you woked it up in two ways. They already know that. So now they have to hope that you have made it such a good movie, story-wise and everything else, CGI and whatever else it's going to do, to draw them in. I hope the trailers are going to be good enough to bring them in. And I just don't know if that's going to work for you. Yeah.
By all accounts, Marvel are quietly shitting themselves at the prospect of this film going head-to-head with James Gunn's Superman, and quite frankly, they should be. I know...
Really? Well, I'm going to have to disagree with them there. But agree at the same time, because I think that Superman will do better number-wise than Fantastic Four. He's the more popular character. So just based on that and Gunn's track record, he's you know what? Yeah, you're right. You're right. I retract my statement of disagreeing. I totally agree. You're right there. The more that I think about it and talk it out. Superman. Suit makes him look like his name is Superman. Yeah, Superman's going to do better. It'll beat Fantastic Four. It'll have to be super horrible, no pun intended, for it not to beat Fantastic Four's numbers.
I know which movie I'd rather watch, and I suspect I'm not alone in that. There's also a bunch of animated shows coming out on Disney Plus that nobody is ever going to give a shit about, and Wonder Man at the end of the year that's apparently meant to be some kind of...
Another race switch that the fans didn't ask for. Be fundamentally sound to original character, and fans will be happier. It's another. I'm not even interested in seeing this, and it sounds like some type of fourth wall break type of show, which I'm not interested in. I may give the first episode a shot, but we'll see.
Of self-aware meta comedy about superheroes, made by the same studio that gave us She-Hulk.
Oh God. Yeah.
But hey, at least it's not all bad. The trailer for Daredevil Born Again actually looks promising, and as long as they don't fuck it up, they might actually have the start of a decent new series on their hands. That's great and everything, but it's not like Daredevil's going to save the MCU single-handed. One successful show on Disney Plus is not going to reverse the general trend for this year, and based on everything I've seen so far, that trend is not looking good. I've heard it said that the higher-ups at Marvel are very much aware that the franchise has gone off the rails in recent years, with an oversaturated market, declining quality, superhero fatigue and preachy activist writing all knocking holes in the mighty MCU. But before they can really fix the problem, there's a whole bunch of other projects in the pipeline that were too far along to cancel or rework, kind of like all those shitty DC movies before James Gunn took over, and so there's not much option but to just release them, take the hit in the short term, and then hopefully move on to better prospects later. It's a nice idea in theory, but it does mean a shitty year for Marvel fans who haven't exactly been drowning in quality recently, and a very expensive series of failures for the company that has to make them, and it does make me wonder if there's even going to be enough fans left over to care when the good stuff finally comes around again. Marvel might just find that their course correction is too little too late. Anyway, that's all I've got for today. Go away now!
Well, I'll tell you this.
One of the things
if it does happen, it's their fault. We've been telling them for years. Telling them for years. I'm so tired of telling them that it's, it's just, you know what I mean? So, yeah, it is what it is. We shall see. I don't think this is going to be a great year for Marvel at all. 10 million subscribers. Woo! Make sure you get over to the Critical Drinker and subscribe. Tell them Tyrone Magnus sent you.